If you watched the first video in this series, you will by now not hate everything in your wardrobe. If you haven't seen it and you don't know what I'm talking about, head back to the first video and you will figure out how to declutter your wardrobe, clear the decks, and be left with only those few pieces in your wardrobe that you really, really love. And now what we're going to do in this video is show you how to build the basics for your wardrobe. So before we get really excited and start buying feather boas and leather jackets and wide leg flares and all those whatever extras you want to add to your wardrobe, we are going to focus on the basics, because every dream wardrobe that you love starts with those real core essential basics. Now, the thing you'll really notice about this wardrobe that I've got here, quite boring, but that's because we decluttered, we pared things back, but also not that useful. There's not a lot going on here that I can necessarily put together. The important thing though, is that it is all drawn from one cohesive color palette. So when I talk about that, what I mean is your color profile. If you've got no idea what I'm talking about, you can actually find your color profile by following the link in the description below. But essentially what it does is help you build a wardrobe from one harmonious palette. It gives you a selection of light neutrals, dark neutrals, basics, brights, all the colors you need to build a wardrobe that you love, that's gonna have the vibe that you want, the feel that you want, and help you create your own perfect dream style. And that's what we're really gonna focus on adding a little bit more of to this little skeleton wardrobe that I've got here today. So today we're gonna just focus on adding 3 pieces. This is 3 basics that are gonna breathe new life into the wardrobe that you've got and also form the foundation of that exciting wardrobe that's still to come. Okay, number 1 basic is your version of a white t-shirt. The first and most important thing to notice is that it may not actually be white. So for me, my version of a white tee in my color profile is not that stark, crisp printer paper white. It's actually a slightly softened, creamy white, but it is a basic classic tee. Again, your best tee, it might be a scoop neck, it might have a 3/4 sleeve, but everybody should have their version of the basic white tee. It might be cream, it might be pale gray, it might be that bright white. It's all gonna depend on your color profile so that it matches with what you've got in your wardrobe. But it is gonna open up endless outfit options. Everything from classic t-shirt and jeans outfit, no wardrobe should be without it, to something a little bit dressier. You know, it immediately makes something a bit flashy like the leather skirt feel a little bit more cool, a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more easy to wear. You can layer it up with other light neutrals for a kind of easy breezy everyday look. It's basically gonna add all that flexibility into your wardrobe, just make everything work more easily. So basic white t-shirt is number 1. Number 2, your dark neutral. Now this could be anything from black to navy to chocolate brown, which is what I've got here. You can see immediately it kind of sits with those kind of richer, warmer, earthy tones I've got in my wardrobe. It might even not be that dark. It might be more like a royal blue or a charcoal gray or a smoky gray, but it is what I always think of as like your sensible grown-up color. And it's gonna enable you to add that kind of dressiness, that bit of formality to your wardrobe. It's what I always think of as like your sensible color. So for me, if I wanted to kind of slightly elevate those jeans for work, slightly smarter, dark top, add a blazer on top, and I am immediately elevating those jeans for work. Can do that lovely long line column of color with the chocolate skirt that I've already got. The colors go together. Everything's kind of beginning to mix and match, and you can really see how just these couple of basics are adding to my wardrobe. This is also basically my all-time favorite style. I'm wearing another one here. I have multiples of these, so on every front, that is a superhero for me. And the last thing we're gonna add, lest this wardrobe just die of boredom, is gonna be a bright. So for me, a bright is something like, might be a mustard, but I love a bit of teal. It really lifts my wardrobe, adds a bit of a zing of color. Again, that bright might look totally different for you. It might be a fuchsia, it might be a red. If you don't go super, super bright, it might even be something like a powder blue or a soft pink, might be a rusty color. It doesn't need to be super, super bold and bright, but the key is that compared to everything else around it in your wardrobe, it feels a bit bolder, a bit more confident. It's a little bit more of a kind of notice me color for when you're having one of those days when you actually want to be noticed. You can see again, you can do mix and match. So it feels a bit more casual. You can see it's kind of a little bit more fun, a little bit more casual perhaps with the jeans, adding a bit more of a fun touch. You can do a little bit more of a color contrast, layering it up with other pieces. Just adds a little something extra to your wardrobe because nobody wants to be wearing basically black and white all of the time. And that's it. It's as simple as adding those 3 pieces to begin to add that flexibility, that mix and match to your wardrobe. If you want to know what to add next, because there is more, trust me, beyond adding 3 t-shirts to your wardrobe to make it work for you, click on to the next video and I'll show you how to build on that and really begin to develop a wardrobe that you've fallen in love with.